for this one, I've got 2 yoga blocks and we're going to start off in a kneeling position. The knees under the hips. If you need support, have an extra blanket and just place that underneath your knees for support if this is not comfortable for you. If this can also be done standing, exactly the same. Maybe you have a chair and you can do everything standing, side bending, placing your block on the chair seat. I might show that or not. For the length of this video, I think we're just going to do on the knees. Okay, so I'm going to set up both of my blocks on one side of the body. And then for this one now, normally we go to the side bend, just simply bending to the side. So because I'm going to the left, I'm first going to shift my ribs a little bit over to the right. Right arm is going up, and then I'm side bending to the left. And this side, imagine that I'm going over a big ball, beach ball maybe, and then placing your hand onto the block. If the block is too low, then have a chair or something higher here. So this arm can go up and overhead, or you can simply rest it here. And then just take a few nice deep breaths here. Nice, soft, gentle inhales through the nose. And feel, even if you can feel the breath maybe moving into the ribs, spreading the ribs open and close. If you don't feel it there, then no problem. Optional extra for all of this is to have tied around the rib cage, maybe a scarf, or maybe a belt, to just increase the awareness of what is happening there and maybe breathing into the side. But that's an optional extra. Okay, nice few breaths, and then we simply come back. And now we're going to twist over. So I've got my 2 blocks set up like this onto the short edge. And I'm going to twist my rib cage over to the left side, to the blocks. Now I'm going to place my hands on top of the blocks, and so you can see my pelvis has come along for the right. And so imagine that tailbone at the back, that is at 6 o'clock. So imagine the pelvis is like a clock, and the front is 12 and the back is 6 o'clock. And now my 6 o'clock is turned a little bit to 3 o'clock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and square off my pelvis, bringing that back of my tailbone more towards center, more towards 6 o'clock. And now I'm going to push the pelvis a little bit away from me. And maybe if that's available to you, you can even walk those blocks a tiny bit away from you. And now I'm going to push my ribs at the back, my upper ribs, up towards the ceiling. So I'm rounding, pushing back. And if you have a strap here, that can be very nice to feel into that. My head is just hanging. And so I'm really opening this back side. Yeah. This is a big opening here, maybe all the way down the left side. On the right side, we're going to the left. So from the right armpit down to the right side of the pelvis. And then just keep breathing into that right side. Okay, and then slowly unravel. And then I'm not going to show the other side, but the same thing, yes? I'm going to do the same thing. First the side bend, and then it's a twist, placing the hands down. And as you see, my pelvis is turned this way. It's gently just squaring off the pelvis. It's not going to go completely square, yeah? But just to increase this opening there, we're taking the pelvis back and maybe shifting the pelvis a little bit away. And then we round the rib cage up. So think about when we do the cat-cow, so that big rounding there. Yeah? And then breathe into that side body. So just as long, you make it as long as feels comfortable in your body.